stand out from the crowd and make sure that your music is heard with this simple tip. Because music creation and music distribution is easier than ever, the music industry has become extremely competitive. You need to make sure that your music is hitting the right people and that they're actually listening to it. So in this video, I'm going to explain to you how you can do exactly that. I'm going to explain how you can avoid spamming your audience and actually create real relationships, leading to exponential growth in streams, your overall fan base, and also leading to more of an income for you. Because this industry is now just so competitive, you need to have something that's more to you than just a musician. You need to have a story. So that's what I'm going to explain to you today. I'm going to teach you how you can find your story, how you can find your angle, because you need to stand out from the crowd. You need to make sure that people are listening to your music rather than someone else's. So let's start with what actually is an angle. Well, an angle is something that makes you different. It's something beside the music, and it's something that people can relate to. And your angle can be broken down into 4 main areas. And these are your lifestyle, your point of view, your successes, and your past. So let's start with your lifestyle. Your lifestyle is something that any musician can have because we all have a different lifestyle. But can you use it as your angle? The only way you can use your lifestyle as an angle is if it's something a little bit different. For example, you could be a part-time musician and a full-time dad, or you could be a multi-millionaire entrepreneur as well as a musician. These kind of lifestyles are different and people want to know more about them. You don't need to just have this crazy lifestyle to have this as an angle. For example, Lewis Capaldi. He's #1 in the UK charts right now. He's been in the charts for over 7 weeks. But his lifestyle isn't anything crazy. His lifestyle is the fact that he lives with his parents at home and he's pretty lazy. The reason this angle works is because it's relatable. Everything he puts on his story, a lot of people have been through, which is why he has become a meme. He's become viral content. And this has nothing to do with the music, but it has impacted the music. Hence, he's #1 in the charts. So reflect on what you do in your day-to-day life and see if it's something that can engage an audience. The next angle that you can look at doing is your point of view. Your point of view adds another layer to you. It adds something besides the music, and it's something that people can engage with and have a conversation. And there are many successful musicians at the moment who have made their career because they have such a strong point of view and have grown a community around that. For example, Matty Healy from the 1975. His point of view is that masculinity needs to change and that men should be more open with their emotions. And this has been a very strong theme in their albums and through all his interviews and their social media content. So it gives that extra layer. It starts a conversation, it gives people your point of view so they can learn more about you as a musician. So work out if you have any points of view that you want to share with your audience. And make sure you're comfortable discussing it because it can be the thing that makes you blow up. So it can't be something that you want to use just to get media. You need to be passionate about it. You can also base your angle on the successes that you've had. We have found this one to work massively. For example, we worked with an electro indie band called Dutch Kid. And a fellow indie band, Fickle Friends, tweeted about them just saying that they liked their music. We took this and made it an angle. We went to the press, we went to radio, we took it to media saying that this band has been supported by Fickle Friends, and this led to some amazing results. We secured coverage on Flavor Mag, Indie Shuffle, national radio play, sync deals with the likes of Nissan, The Body Shop, and Liberty London, and also 2 Spotify editorial placements. The band were recently signed to Ultra Music, and this was all because they gained this amazing media attention, got lots of streams, engaged an audience. So this is definitely an angle you should think about doing. Your previous successes could be anything. It could be any previous support you've had from blogs, from radio, from Spotify, from Apple, or it could be a producer you've worked with in the past or who you've supported on tour. Anything that adds credibility. Because anything that adds credibility proves to people that you're worth listening to. The final angle that you can use is your past. This one is especially relevant for those who've had a difficult past. For example, Jay-Z, he had a really difficult upbringing and he discusses a lot in his songs about how he was a drug dealer. His early material was based on this. It was his whole background. And people like to know your story. People want to know what you've been through. So if you have some sort of past that you want to discuss and you want to show to people, then that's definitely an angle that you can use. So you've got your angle. You've chosen what your angle is based on those 4 things. Now you need to work out how you're going to use it. Because there's no point having an angle if you can't get it out there. And there are 3 things that you can use this angle for. And these 3 things are PR, social media, and sales. So PR is getting that attention from the media. It's getting radio play, it's getting blog features. And to get this attention, you need to get these tastemakers to open your emails. And the best way to do this is with your angle. So this angle needs to be in the subject bar of your email. It needs to be in the pitch. It needs to be the large majority of your press release because they receive thousands of emails. And if yours stands out with this angle, then they're more likely to feature it. To learn more about how to get your music on these major blogs and use that angle in your pitch, you can click the link in the description, which is a full video I've done explaining this further. So getting PR, getting that attention from the media is very important because it gets on your musical CV and it gains people's attention. But how do you actually get attention of those fans, of those people that will actually be listening to your music? Well, that's where social media comes into play. Social media is the best way to engage with your fans, but also to reach a wide audience and get more fans. And having an angle means you're going to gain followers a lot faster. You need to have an ongoing theme with your social media, because when someone follows a social media account, they want to have guarantees. They want to know that what they're following is going to stick to that theme and they know what to expect. So once you've got that angle, you can bring it into your social media content. We used Lewis Capaldi as an example before, and he's also relevant to this because his social media content is based on his angle of his lifestyle. He will literally film himself in his bedroom discussing the fact that he still lives at home with his parents. And this content works because people can relate to it. So if you have this ongoing theme that follows the angle that's fitting for you, you'll find people engaging with you so much more. Finally, you can use this angle to get sales. Of course, if you're getting PR and if you're getting social media engagement, as soon as you release a song, there's already an audience there, and you'll be making money from streams or sales of the actual music. But the two other areas where you can be making a lot more money is through live events and merchandise. So live events. A lot of you are probably just booking gigs left, right, and center, trying to support as many artists as you can. But if you've got an angle, you can create live events around that angle. For example, Stormzy, when he was first becoming popular, his angle was about how he grew up in Croydon and how he's in the underground UK music scene. So then he started blowing up. And instead of doing these massive events, he started doing pop-up shows. And these shows were just unannounced and he'd randomly turn up and tweet that he was going to be playing somewhere. And often, these gigs would be in his hometown of Croydon. This is fitting to his angle and makes people understand him and fit the whole story. And this is important because it makes a community, and people in a fan base want to be part of a community. So see if your angle can actually be fitting to live events, or if you can adapt your live events to your angle. And then merchandise. This is the one that is making the music industry millions, proven by the fact that Warner just bought a merchandise company for 180 million. As I mentioned, people want to feel part of a community, and that's why merchandise can be so beneficial. So you shouldn't just be creating merchandise with your band logo plastered across it. It needs to be unique, and fitting your angle works perfectly. So if your angle is your point of view, perhaps you could make t-shirts with quotes on it. But if your angle is your lifestyle, then you can create merchandise that is fitting to that lifestyle. So that's how any artist can find an angle and then use it to their benefit. A lot of you are probably going to say, well, what about the music? The music is the thing that should guarantee sales. And yes, the music is the most important thing, because there's no point having this angle, telling this story, if the music isn't good quality. But because this industry is just oversaturated with music now, you need to stand out. And this is the best way to do it. I hope you found this video useful, and if you did, hit that like button. And if you have any questions about how to go about finding your angle, make sure to comment below. If you're still struggling with this, you can head over to our Instagram account and DM us, and we'll try and discuss with you what your angle could be. If you're finding our advice useful, make sure to hit subscribe, make sure to turn on that bell, and we'll be back soon with more music marketing advice.